this to you, or you're gonna have to know it. You're fully capable of figuring this stuff out. Just might take a little bit of time, each day to review. Those units cancel, and it ends up being 300 centimeters there.
Okay. It's so
So
weird because I was doing these before and they were like way different. And like I got it right. And I would do like the answer just or like the question just like this and I would get it wrong. And I was even with the tutors at my school and they couldn't get it right. But now it seems like we are getting it right, which
good.
is great.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to help here. I've used this mower system before, so I'm familiar with it.
Hmm.
You do usually get 1 or 2 attempts, and then you can redo the
Yeah.
question if you need. All right. So this one, BAM squared to millimeters squared. All right. So this one we might need a tiny bit of assistance from you. This DAM is not a standard. You don't have to look that one up. Um,
I believe DAM is going to be decameter.
okay. It's odd that they're using that notation, but that's okay.
It's the
Um,
metric system. It's well, we have to go by KHD. What is it? I think it's MDCM, and then like you like move the decimal however many times it asks, basically.
okay. So let's see if we can go from DA. So the conversion here would be DAM to MM, which you're saying it's deca, not deci.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's decameter.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the wonderful internet here and see if I can
Okay.
find something to confirm that. All right, and this is where the numbers get a bit, and you feel like for sure. So yeah, I mean, so there's kind of an in between here. Like normally you would go decameters to meters. Let me show
Yeah.
that because that's kind of the more standard one. So there's 10 decameters in 1 meter. And then you would go
Mhm.
from meters to millimeters. There's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter.
Mhm.
And that's where I'm a little bit yeah, I hope this is okay.
Yeah,
So
I remember she did the equation and then she like jumped from like decameter to meter or something
right.
like that. It was
So
something else.
that's the problem is that what I'm seeing here is that is this is not correct. That's why I really don't know. Let me just do another search here. It's not a standard unit. So if you want to go right to it, if you want to go right to it, maybe that is the better way to do these because you'll have that on there. There is 10,000 millimeters in 1 BAM. Now you notice that it's squared, which means that you have to square this as well. And what that does is it's squared. You get millimeters squared on top, DAM squared on bottom. But you get this, big number here. Now, you guys using like scientific notation in this class?
Yes, we are.
All right, so this is 10 to the fourth. It's a 10. I'm sorry, 10 to the fourth means a one followed by 4 zeros. Okay, so 10 to the fourth squared is 10 to the eighth. So at some point you end up getting numbers so large you have to use scientific notation, which is what's going on here. And you can see that these cancel. And have you been entering your answers in scientific notation or just full decimal
Full
notation?
decimal.
Okay, so times 10 to the eighth here means that you're moving the decimal to the right 8 places. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're putting zeros in there. For readability, I can let's throw some commas in, but it's a big number. That's why I'm worried. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't, it just doesn't look right to me. But
Yeah,
Um,
no, I know. We deal with like a lot of big numbers in this class, which is also kind of what will make it a little confusing sometimes. But I got, I believe, is 2 billion.
yep, 2,251,900,000 millimeters squared. That's also part of the issue. These don't mean anything. They're just quantities that, you're going to, you can say dental hygienist. I mean, I don't know why you would ever deal with a quantity that's large, but
Yeah, that's why I went to my tutor and she at school and she was like, "Well, I don't know why you're taking it because like you're going in for dental hygiene and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe I got to go talk to my advisor." But yeah, and we got that question right.
great.
Um,
Whenever you're ready, if you want to share your screen again, we'll grab the next one. Or if you want to start snipping them in and dropping them in the chat, that's okay too. Um, or we can keep going back and forth, whatever is best.
I just got this one up.
All right, so question for you is, do you know how to go from HM cubed to CM cubed? Like, do you know that conversion?
Um, it become a decimal. I know.
Right. So HM is hectometer, um, and CM is centimeter. So that's where I'm worried that maybe I'm not helping you very much here because I don't know how many of these conversions that you're supposed to know. But you always put the one that's on top on the bottom, and then the one you're going to on top. There is 1 hectometer at 10,000 centimeters, and this time we're cubing it. Okay, because we got to get back to the HM cube. Now this right here is really 10 to the fourth cubed. And when you have an exponent to an exponent, you multiply them. So it's going to become 10 to the 12, like that. These cancel. And if you can't use scientific notation, which this one isn't even in, but if you need to work it out, you're moving the decimal to the right 12 times. So 479, that's 3 decimals, and then 1, 2, 3, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, that's 9. 1, 2, 3, that's 12. So that's moving the decimal 12 times.
I'm just writing that. That's one thing that I need help with also in chemistry, which is scientific notation. It just confuses me a little bit. So if we
And
have
just because
time to
this
do
is
that
not, it's
too.
close. It's not perfectly in
Yeah.
scientific notation, but it's closer. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, we can absolutely address that.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Oh,
Cystograms.
maybe I gotten that one right actually. Um, we can actually try that one. Maybe I did.
So do you have a conversion for ounces to grams? Some teachers supply it because the ones on the internet are more
I
exact.
have I have a conversion sheet she gave me,
Okay.
but it doesn't have like everything.
Okay. Yeah, and
But
so
ounces to
this
grams.
yeah, this the system you're using might take uh, it, but 9 ounces times, again, how many ounces are in a gram or how many grams are in an ounces. So in 1 ounce, and this is going out to Google, they give me the conversion out to this. Now it says round to the nearest hundredth. So it's
Mhm.
probably good we're going out a little ways on that. but you have to multiply these two numbers and then round to 2 decimal places. So I would encourage you to do these calculations with me, just as a check as well. I do make mistakes. So the answer here is 255.1455, rounding to 2 decimal places. The
Yeah.
5 causes the 4 to round up.
Oh wait, you multiplied 9 by 28.3495, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I did 39.45. That was my bad. Okay.
Yeah, like you might, like some teachers might say it's 28 grams, 28.3. You want to know what they're using as a conversion.
Yeah.
There's not consistency in this part of the course, unfortunately.
Awesome.
Do you want us to redo this one?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, okay. So I see. I
this
see. You
one
get,
is wrong.
yeah, that's right. All right.
Should have
Um,
deleted that. My bad.
no problem. No problem. The this is one of those where I think I'm going to start showing the in-between conversions because that's typically how it's done. You generally
Okay.
don't get the like full conversion. You can, like, the internet's great, but typically there's an in-between, like 10 feet. You would typically, the typical conversion is feet to inches, 12 feet, sorry, 12 inches is 1 foot, and then you would go inch to centimeter. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then you could go to centimeters to meters. Okay. Now there is a direct, like if you go to the internet, there is a direct feet to meters. It's just that would you have that on the
Right.
test or the quiz? I couldn't speak to that. So
Yeah.
typically it's the metric conversions from inches to centimeters, and then there are 100 centimeters in 1 meters. Now, there's only one number in the bottom here, but what I tell students here, if you're going to use a calculator, it's almost better if you multiply all the tops and then all the bottoms, because you can get some issues where you divide instead of multiply. Um, in this problem, it's not too bad because you're just dividing by 100. But if there's more numbers in the bottom, you really need to make sure that you're dividing by everything on the bottom. But this one, grab a calculator if you've got one. If you need let me just drop this in the chat here. Oops, I'm still sharing that. I recommend using this one. If you're at a computer, you basically enter it the way that you write it. So let me even show you that here for this one in case you want to do that in a later problem. So one of the things I really like about this calculator is you just enter it the way it's written. You don't have to make any special accommodations for parentheses. And it's as nearest hundredths, so that 3.048, that eight's going to cause that to round up to 3.05. That's what you had though,
Yeah.
isn't that
And it
right?
said it was wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that I want to say
so
that was one of the ones that was.
so that means that they're using a conversion that I don't have. Let me check another conversion here. Uh, Feet to meters.
And then I actually have a scientific calculator, so it could also do all this. So I don't have to use Desmos anymore,
Okay.
which is cool. But I got the
So
same answer as you did.
yeah, so if you know that 3.05 is not correct, the thing that I'm going to need to be able to help you on this is the conversions that Mower uses. Let me see if I can find that actually. Uh, Conversions. Sometimes they give you like a page where they say, you click here for all the units and stuff like that on your side. They may very well be using like a different conversion from centimeters to inches that could be causing the issue. I'm not sure. You could also do a similar problem until you get one that, does work.
Should I just do a similar problem?
I mean, you could try it one more time. I don't know if it says nearest
Um,
hundredth.
This
I mean,
one's
if you already
10
tried
meters to feet.
if you already tried 3.05, you could try 3.04. Let's see if that works. Um,
No, that did not work.
what's the next one? You said how many feet?
This one is 10 meters to feet.
Meters to feet. Okay.
Mhm.
So you kind of work this backwards. You go from meters to centimeters. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and then centimeters to inches. There are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch, and then inches to feet. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So you said you have a scientific calculator. This is where you got to be really careful. What I tell students is to multiply all the tops, and then you divide by, and you have to put everything in the bottom in parentheses. 1 times 2.54 times 12. Make sure you remember that bottom is in parentheses there. I got 32.81 rounded.
Yep. Yeah, 32.81. Let's see
That's
if we'll take it.
feet, I think you said.
Say it's wrong. And then I put in 80 and also said it's wrong.
You're saying this is not correct?
And it says round your number to the nearest hundredth, which we did.
Okay, so why don't you share your screen here?
Okay.
The issue is definitely related to whatever conversions that you are supposed to be using. And again, I don't have, did you put 8 or 8.1?
I put 8.1 and 8.0. It's
Okay,
just cut off right here.
okay. So, let's click on the video. Like what I would do is click on the video and see if they give you, and you can just slide through it there. Hopefully, so there you go. Those are the conversions that they want you to use. They don't
Mhm.
want you to use the ones that I was using. So let me
Okay.
grab those because that's going to change what
So
we
then
did
would
here.
we just do 10 times 0.305?
Uh, so you're
Or would
starting
we
with
divide it?
meters. So it's 10 times 3.281, which gives you 32.81. I think is exactly what we wrote. But let's
Yeah.
keep watching that. Let's keep watching that video, or just slide through it. If you want to fast forward through it to where they're drawing on the screen, that will help. Um, yeah, you can keep going, Pat. So we want to see kind of the end calculation.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. And keep going. So just showing on the calculator. Okay. All right, could you go click on that, the problem there on the right? So let's see, convert 10 meters to feet. Yeah, I mean 10 meters and then meters, feet, 1 meter is 3.281. Why that would matter. And then they're saying if you go the other direction, 10 meters times, I'm just doing this on my side, 0.305 meters is 1 foot. Let me try that one. Maybe that gives a slightly different result.
And I can no longer.
So it does. It does. Interesting. Okay. So all right. I
Oh
mean,
wait,
now
I
we know where
can.
the issue is. So let me share my screen so you can see this.
It's actually supposed to be rounded up. It looks it's 33.33 for this one. I can't redo it, but I can get a similar
Well,
question.
okay, okay. So here, hang on. Let me grab that. I mean, and that's a problem because that conversion is not anything
Yeah.
close to what we have here. Let me see if I can figure out what they're using
Okay.
to get the conversion. Um, but let me show you this because I want you to see that there's two different answers here. So if you use that first conversion over here on the left, what are you seeing? Yeah, you're seeing this. So 10 here on the left here, you get 32.81. On the right, when you use this other conversion, you get 32.79. Okay. And they're saying the answer is 33.33, which means they're doing something
Yeah.
totally different. Um, what is this 06? No, that's a key. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's all that is.
that's the
That's the key.
answer.
Okay. So what we can do is kind of work it backwards, which is figure out, well, what do you multiply by? Well, they're using 3.33,
Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense. But go ahead and pull up the next one on your screen. Yeah, if you want to do a similar question. This is feet, so this is going the other way now. Um, so it looks like you're going to divide by 3. They're basically saying 1 meter is 3 feet, which isn't true. Wonder if they're doing one significant figures on this. Okay, try let's try this and see if we can get it to work. Try 1.67 for me, and then meters. Doesn't like that. Okay. All right, now let's try the conversion that they are using. All right, so let's take 5 and multiply by 1 foot is 0.305 meters. I don't think this is going to work either. So I don't think there's any issue with the people that were helping you. I think it's the
Yeah.
system there. So one is 1.53. If we go the other way, 3.281 feet and 1 meter. This way you get 1.52. So using their conversions, you either get 1.53 or 1.52. And did you already try?
I have one more shred left.
I guess try
The one point
1.53.
five three.
Okay, can we look at the key?
1.5. Okay.
Hmm.
So maybe it just doesn't want that double answer, but then the last one it had four
Yeah.
numbers. I don't know. Should we just continue to the next question?
Yeah. I mean, this is not, I don't know why
Yeah.
um these conversions aren't going well. So results, round your results to the nearest hundredth. All right. One of the things I'm wondering is like maybe they're using the conversion based on the number of significant figures, like 9 only has one significant figure. So maybe you're only supposed to use the conversion with one significant figure. I don't know if that would impact the answer, but it sure doesn't seem like it would, that would have been 1.5. Okay, so can we just, I can't remember, can you just check the ones that you put the box in for, fill it in, or do you have to check them all when you submit?
I want to say I don't know. I have not tried that yet, but we can try it.
Okay, let me share my screen here.
Okay.
Okay, so what the reason I'm asking is like we know that this conversion here for 9 feet, like 9 feet, if we use the full conversion 0.305, we know that that didn't work in the previous problem. So what if we just use the fact that 1 foot is 0.3 meters because there's only one significant figure here, one significant figure there. That would give you 3 meters as your answer. And I guess that's what I'm asking is like,
Mhm.
can you just try 3 there, or will it kick back? Hey, you didn't get any of these other ones right.
I feel like it would.
Okay, so then the 23 centimeters, we know that there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch, but because it's two significant figures, I'm wondering if we have to drop that one and just do it by 2.5. These are things I'm not sure about, because that example didn't really give us a hint about that. So
Um,
this would be 9.2. Do you have the conversion for kilograms to pounds? Because there's a number of them. It's usually like 2.2 pounds. Maybe check to see if that video has a. So we'll just go 2.2 kilograms and 1 pound. So again, two significant figures, two significant figures. This would be 32.7, but how many significant figures should we go to? If we go to 2, it's 33. All right, gallons to liters. That one I feel like I should know. There should be 4 liters in a gallon.
yes.
We never need to know these.
Or well, technically, there's like 3.87 liters.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like, well, how many are there? I mean, so I'm gonna go around at 4, that there are in 1 gallon, there are 4 liters, which is gonna get us to 16. And then ounces to grams. We already did this one, but so there are then 1 ounce. So if we go to one significant figure, there's 30 uh, grams in 1 ounce, which would be 240 grams. But then that's got two significant figures. So I don't know, maybe it wants 200 in there because you're rounding to one significant figure. That's where I'm not sure. So maybe try these. If these aren't right, I mean, are you able to go to your instructor and sort of show them,
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is what I'm
I
doing?
can, except it's due on Wednesday, and she's the type to like not give retries, basically.
Okay. What you're looking for is like some template so that you know, like, is it like I'm doing over here, one significant figure? Is it like, what are the conversions? I mean, it's going to be really hard to reverse engineer this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So we can keep going through
Yeah.
this. We got another about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Um, but
This one's just due on Wednesday. I'd rather just get a better score than like what I had
okay.
before, honestly.
All
But
right.
the ones that I have in here are not right.
None of these are correct.
None of these are correct.
None of these are correct. So that's where if I just go back to using the traditional conversions, right? Like feet
Mhm.
to meters. So like, for example, 8 ounces is, and we're rounding to two decimal places, it's 226.80 grams. Like that's the
Mhm.
official conversion. All right. And then if I go 4 gallons, that's 15.14 liters. Kilograms. 72 kilograms is 158.73 pounds.
And then how did you just multiply them
I'm just
basically?
using the like there's traditional conversions that you can use. Like this one's 2.74. So like I'll show the work if you want, but like what I'm trying to show you is that the I guess we could try these and see if you get any of them right. Because I don't know. I don't know what to suggest here. 9.06 for this one.
Well, the last one was right except the other few, but I didn't put in 9.06 yet.
Okay.
So could it be like 158.74? Does the other number round up or round down?
This is the official conversion is what I'm using. That's where I uh, I'm not I really wish I knew what they're using for conversions, because if you're off by just if they rounded a conversion and we don't use the rounded conversion, then we're not going to get the right answer. So what I'm trying to say is like 1 kilogram is typically 2.2, I'm sorry, 2.2 pounds. Okay. But 1 kilogram is actually 2.20462 pounds. So depending on which you use will affect this number here. And I don't know which one to tell you to use. This is beyond what I can help with because it's encoded in the system, the software there. So maybe there's some other questions we could try, maybe higher weighted questions towards the end. Um, you can obviously go back and get the right units in a few of those. This is going to be the same issue. Maybe go forward on this. So see how this one gives you the gallons to liters conversion? They're telling you like, hey, you have to use this conversion, which is good. Like that's what we need. But the question is, what about all the other, what are all the other conversions there? Um, Now quarts to gallons isn't too bad. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. So we can do this one. So let me grab a snip of this and I'll show you how to do this one. This is what I was looking for all along here, to have something like this as kind of a reference. So 11 quarts, and there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. And then you use their conversion that 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. And then liters to milliliters, there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. So we now have all the right stuff there to be able to answer this. So let's give this a try. Multiply the top and you just divide by the 4 on the bottom. So I get, and since round your answer here is 10th as needed. So I've got, it's a pretty big number, 10,422.5 milliliters without the comma. What's the what's the response here? Is that any? better. If you're talking, I cannot hear you. There you are. Maybe you're back. Hello? I cannot hear you. I've got a mute button on my headset as well as on the Zoom, so maybe you've muted one and don't not sure if you can unmute there. Hello, I think I can hear you now. Just asking to try this. Didn't know if this worked or not.
Yeah, it did work. I got it right.
Oh, good. Okay. Now that's
All right,
great.
awesome.
So maybe look for some that have the given conversion. That would be a better way for us to proceed
Yeah.
here.
All right, I got the next one. It does have the conversion.
All right. HG to T. What the heck is T? Tons? I guess T is tons.
Yeah.
All right. We'll try here. Let's see here. So start out with the given quantity 1407.8 Hg. And so it looks like we need to go Hg to kilograms. And I don't know that right off the top of my head. That would be in a thing there. So it says that there are 10 of those and one of those. And then we go to pounds. So 0.45 kilograms in 1 pound. And then I guess you're using the standard ton to pound, which is 2000. I don't know if it's exactly 2000. I guess it is 2000. Yeah, so 2000 pounds and 1 ton, like that. So it's around to 6 decimal places. So that means it's gonna be pretty bad. Make sure you put that all in parentheses on the bottom when you divide. I get 0.156422. And make sure that uppercase T there for that.
Okay. And then would I write the entire number in there?
It says 6 decimal places. So again, maybe just double check me on this, but I believe I've done right. Yeah, that's 6156422.
Cool. Got it right.
All right.
All right, awesome. Here's one similar to it.
Grabbing a snap. Your screen. All right, so here we go. 23.302 miles. So typically, so we're gonna go miles to feet because they're telling you that's your in between. So 1 mile is 5,280 feet. That's just a known quantity. 1 foot is 0.3 meters. So that, see, that's one of those issues, like it's not 0.3 meters, but that's the approximation to it.
Hmm.
And that's where I don't
Yeah.
know why that was okay. But then we're going to DMs, so not direct messages. Uh, let's see here. There is, I think, it's not DAM, is it?
Mm,
Okay, so there are 10 decimeters. I think decimeter, I'm sorry, I got that the wrong way. There are 10 decimeters in 1 meter, if that's decimeter, which I
okay.
can't tell.
I forget. There's like two of them with D's, and I'm like,
Right. And so they're
I don't know.
supposed to use capital for the ones that are like, so once you get to like your base unit, they're supposed to go capital for the ones above here and lowercase for the ones going the other direction. And
Hmm.
this is not clear at all. But we know
Yeah.
that the DAM was decameter.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I think this is correct, the way that's is written. But it
Okay.
says 6 decimal places. Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe not.
Okay. Well, I got my answer, and that is 3,691,036.8.
Right. It makes you wonder, like, why are you rounding to, why would you need to
Yeah.
round to 6 decimal places?
Yeah,
It does say
exactly.
as needed. So,
Yeah, so I'm assuming not, but I guess I'll put that entire number in there. I hate big numbers in math. It feels so weird.
yeah, unless you're talking about money typically or populations, the
Yeah,
size of the numbers is very odd for most of us.
yeah.
We don't deal with
Hmm.
big numbers
And
like
it
this.
is not right. 69.
So the only other change here
Yeah.
would be going, um, if we had this wrong, but that would just move the decimal around.
Yeah.
It would make it,
So should I try 0.68?
now well, what it would do is change to 3,691.0368 if it was the other way, which, well,
Right.
wait, well, I'm sorry,
Mm,
hang on, at 3691.0368, hit the three. We're pretty much out of time here. If you want to throw up one more, you can maybe try one more here real quick, or,
okay.
but,
I have it's I'll share my screen real quick. It seems to be a pretty simple one.
okay, try it. Like you should be able to go in and, at least get the units right on all of these. So to
Mm,
get, maximize your point total.
right.
Um, but I do sense that maybe there's something missing here that, really would
Yeah,
be
I'll
good
talk
to.
to my teacher about it tomorrow.
All right, 39.191 HM. So we've got to go to HM to meters. And I think we just did that. So there's 100 meters and 1 hectometer times zero point 0.3 meters and 1 foot times 1 foot is 12 inches. So again, like, why is it rounding to 6 decimal places as needed? That doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
I wonder if HM is some other, because usually hecta is capital H.
Yeah.
It is hectometer. Okay. All right. Well, I don't make the rules. These are what we got. 39.191 times 100 times 12 divided by 0.3. So I get a We got a number that works out perfect, 156, 764. Maybe you gotta say 0.12345 6. I don't know why that would be needed, but you know, 6 zeros there after the decimal.
Maybe. Let me
I would,
try it.
I would just try the number. I mean, it shouldn't matter, but I didn't
Yeah,
write.
I got the answer right.
Great.
Perfect. All right,
Okay, so
awesome.
we're going to stop there for today.